5 Richest people of all time. Mir Osman Ali Khan was the ruler of Hyderabad, which has an estimated net worth of $230 billion. Mir Osman Ali Khan succeeded as Nizam of Hyderabad upon the death of his father in 1911. He was the absolute ruler of the principality. During his 37-year reign as Nizam, the development of electricity, railways, roads, and airways in Hyderabad evolved. The Nizam Sagar Lake in the state was excavated and some irrigation projects on the Tungabhadra River were undertaken. Nizam's budget focused on education. He donated to a lot of educational institutions such as Jamia Nizamiya, the Darul Uloom Deoband, Banaras Hindu University and Aligarh Muslim University. In 1941, he established his own bank, the Hyderabad State Bank, wherein the currency of the state called Osmania Sikka. In 1947, the Nizam made a gift of diamond jewels, including a tiara and necklace, to Princess Elizabeth on the occasion of her marriage. Then, during Indian independence in 1947, India was partitioned into religious lines. The Nizam refused to join either India or Pakistan, preferring to form a separate kingdom within the British Commonwealth of Nations. Mir Osman Ali Khan Siddiqui Bahadur was born on April 6, 1886 in Purani Havli, Hyderabad State, British India, Andhra Pradesh, India. He has 7 wives and 42 concubines. Nikolai Alexandrovich Romanov was a Russian tsar who had an inflation-adjusted estimated net worth of $300 billion. When Nicholas II was 19 years old, he joined the army. He served the army for 3 years. During his stint as a soldier, he made the rank of colonel. He inherited the Russian throne when his father died of kidney disease on October 20, 1894. When he took the throne, his main objective of foreign policy was to maintain the status quo in Europe. During his reign as the Tsar of Russia, the country experienced economic growth, and the construction on the Trans-Siberian Railroad, which had begun in 1891, was completed. The project remains the largest railway in the world. In 1905, Father George Gapon led a peaceful demonstration of workers in St. Petersburg. They appealed to Nicholas II to improve working conditions. That day became known as Bloody Sunday, wherein troops opened fire on the demonstrators, which killed more than 1,000 people. After the incident, the workers went on strike. Then, Nicholas II created an elected legislature, Duma. After the Duma elected their own provisional committee built of progressive bloc members, Nicholas II stepped down from the monarchy. He abdicated the throne on March 15, 1917. He and his family were then taken to the Ural Mountains and placed under house arrest. Then, the provisional government was overthrown by the Bolsheviks. On July 17, 1918 in Ekaterinburg, Russia, Nicholas II and his family were murdered by Bolsheviks under Vladimir Lenin. Nikolai Alexandrovich Romanov was born on May 18, 1868 in Pushkin, Russia. He was also known as Nicholas II, Emperor and autocrat of all the Russias. He studied through private tutors, which includes a high-ranking government official named Konstantin Pobedonossev. He was married to Princess Alex of Hesse-Darmstadt of Germany, also known as Empress Alexandria. They have 5 children. Scottish-American businessman Andrew Carnegie has an estimated net worth of $310 billion in 2013. Carnegie was known to be influential in the significant expansion of the steel industry in the U.S. during the late 19th century. He was also considered as one of the highest-profile philanthropists of his time. Andrew Carnegie was born on November 25, 1835 in Dunfermline, Fife, Scotland. At age 83, he died of bronchial pneumonia on August 11, 1919 in Lenox, Massachusetts, United States. He was married to Louise Whitfield. He has a child named Margaret Carnegie Miller. A typical subject of rags to riches, Carnegie started earning money as a telegrapher. Later on, he had made several investments in oil derricks, bridges, railroads, and railroad sleeping cars. He founded the Carnegie Steel Company, which he later sold to J.P. Morgan for $480 million, with an equivalent amount of $13.2 billion in 2012. In addition to building Carnegie Hall, Andrew Carnegie is also known to be the founder of Carnegie Endowment for International Peace, Carnegie Trust for the Universities of Scotland, Carnegie Mellon University, Carnegie Museums of Pittsburgh, Carnegie Hero Fund, Carnegie Institution for Science, and Carnegie Corporation of New York. German-American oil magnate and philanthropist, John Davison Rockefeller net worth is estimated at $11 billion. With their current net worth, the Rockefeller family is considered as the 22nd richest family in the world in 2015. One of the richest Americans in history, John D. Rockefeller was the founder of the Standard Oil Company and, later, a philanthropist whose wealth bankrolled the Rockefeller Foundation. Hard-working and meticulous, Rockefeller started out small and then made his fortune via hard-nosed and sometimes controversial business tactics, which have since made him an entrepreneurial hero to some, a greedy fiend in the eyes of others. He started in the oil business, and by the end of the century the Standard Oil Trust controlled so many other interests that it fell afoul of antitrust laws. In 1911 the U.S. Supreme Court called Standard Oil a monopoly and forced the trust to separate into competing companies. By that time Rockefeller himself was no longer involved in running the business, having devoted himself completely to philanthropy since 1896. He gave away millions to schools, health organizations and civic projects through the Rockefeller Foundation, which endures today. John D. Rockefeller gave away $540 million over his lifetime, in dollar terms of that time, and became the greatest lay benefactor of medicine in history. Born July 8, 1839 in Richford, New York, United States, died May 23, 1937, aged 97. Mansa Musa was the ruler of Malayan Empire, which has an estimated net worth of $400 billion. He is referred to as the richest man of all time. Mansa Musa is the 10th Mansa. He is known for other names such as Emir of Mel, Lord of the Mines of Wangara, and Conqueror of Grenada, Futa Jalan. He came to the throne by appointing a deputy. The reason why the king appointed Musa as his deputy because he did an expedition to the Atlantic Ocean. When Musa embarked himself to a journey, aside from his own religious fulfillment, but he also recruited leaders and teachers so that his people must learn more about the teachings of the Prophet. He is known as a devoted Muslim. His pilgrimage to Mecca in 1324 was known across northern Africa and the Middle East. The said journey to Mecca was documented by a lot of eyewitness wherein they astonished on the extensive procession. In 1324, he also visited with the Mamluk Sultan al-Nasir Muhammad of Egypt. When he returned from his journey from Mecca in 1325, he was told that his army recaptured of Gao. Musa visited the city, made a detour and visited the city and brought the two sons of the Gao king to Niani. He built mosques and madrasas in Timbuktu and Gao. Some of the buildings he made during his reign was the ancient center of learning Sankari Madrasa or University of Sankari, and Hall of Audience in Niani. Also during his reign, he accomplished the build-up of Timbuktu wherein it became a center of trade, culture, and Islam. Mansa Musa I of Mali was born during the period of 1280s. He died on 1337. He has two sons. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, comment and subscribe for more lists.